Today I'm reviewing the Thermaltake LCGS Versa i570S gaming desktop with an Intel Core i9-14900KF, 32GB of 6000 mount/SD DDR5 memory, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070, 1TB NVMe SSD, Wi-Fi, and Windows installed. If you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've spent real time using this system on my desk, gaming sessions that stretch over hours, everyday multitasking with browsers and apps open, content creation workflows, and software builds that matter more than momentary bench scores. Let's set expectations early. This isn't an entry-level box, and it isn't chasing the absolute top GPU tiers available today. What it is a well-balanced gaming and productivity desktop that combines a strong CPU with a capable GPU and sensible memory/storage for most use cases. Starting with performance, the Intel Core i9-14900KF gives noticeably quick responsiveness in everyday use. Booting, loading apps, toggling between creative software and browser tabs, and running background utilities all feel smooth. There's no hesitation when switching contexts. Heavy multitasking doesn't introduce obvious slowdowns. For gaming, the RTX 5070 sits in a comfortable mid to upper tier segment. In real play with modern AAA titles, you can expect very good 1080p performance at high settings, and respectable 1440p playability with some tuning. I didn't chase peak benchmark numbers, instead, I looked at sustained gameplay across sessions, and frame pacing feels consistent rather than jumpy, which matters more in everyday use. Thermals are a practical part of the experience here. Thanks to the chassis and cooling design, CPU temperatures stay stable even under long gaming or heavy workload sessions. Fans are present, they're part of how this level of performance is managed, but on a desk they settle into a steady hum rather than unpredictable spikes. This means you hear them, but they don't distract once you're immersed in play or workflow. Memory and storage are practical without being tight. 32GB of DDR5 at 6000 mount/S handles gaming alongside chat apps, media players, browsers with dozens of tabs open, creative tools, and background workflows without strain. The 1TB NVMe SSD boots the system quickly and loads games or large files without unnecessary waiting. If you hold a large media or project library, you might add storage later. That's straightforward in this chassis. Connectivity is complete, with Wi-Fi on board and plenty of ports for peripherals and accessories. Build quality feels solid, there's no sense of flimsy construction, and airflow feels sensible without cutting corners. Now, limitations worth calling out. This isn't designed for extreme 4K ultra preset gaming. You get strong results at 1080p and capable performance at 1440p, but very high settings at 4K will require tuning. Compared to desktop rigs with much larger GPUs, you trade some peak graphics power for a balanced overall system. That's not a flaw if you know what you want, it's a design choice. Fans are noticeable under load, they're not silent, but that's typical of systems in this performance range. Compared to building your own, this pre-built gives you tested compatibility, polished assembly, and a warranty. Against other pre-built systems with similar components, this one sits comfortably in its class, balanced, predictable, and practical. Where this makes sense is for users who want strong 1080p gaming with the ability to push into 1440p, appreciate responsive multitasking and creative app performance, value sensible memory and storage without immediate upgrades, prefer a ready-to-use system rather than assembling parts themselves. It's less ideal if your priority is squeezing the absolute highest possible GPU frames per dollar if silent operation under full load is a core requirement. So here's the bottom line. In everyday use and gaming, the Thermaltake LCGS Versa i570S delivers reliable, balanced performance. It doesn't chase exaggerated claims, it behaves in line with what its hardware is designed to do, and it does so consistently. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.